Can somebody explain to me, how do Democrats get away with this stuff? This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Also visit beatenblackandblue.com. Beatenblackandblue.com. That's my brand new book that's coming out. That link is in the description section. Like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to my channel. Hit that join button so you join the Tatum Squad. Like this video. Comment on this video. Share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, how in the world do Democrats get away with this stuff is beyond me. I have no idea. I have no idea how people can be so hypocritical. And everybody want to say, B. Tatum, you biased. No. Don't believe me. I want you to believe the facts. I'm getting ready to show you facts. All these people talking about President Trump, he incited at the Capitol. He was inciting stuff. He's impeached. I'm going to prove to you that everybody that signed on to his impeachment should go to prison because they're claiming that Donald Trump should have been impeached and that he incited violence. Maxine Waters went so far as saying he should be charged with premeditated murder. Premeditated schmurder. That means first degree. That is the highest level that you can get on, other than capital murder. But you get what I'm saying. It has to be some premeditation to do murder one, is what they call it. Donald Trump, and I'm going to show you what he said. And then I'm going to show you what she said. And then I'm going to show you how the world is crazy and people are losing their minds because if you listen to what he said, there's no there. And the man got impeached over it. And they're blaming him, taking him off social media. But then when you see what she says, she don't even get a slap on the wrist. And if Donald Trump should be, arrested for premeditation of anything, Maxine Waters should be arrested for premeditation of all the violence that have occurred against President Trump and people who are MAGA supporters. Let me go on to the video because I don't want you believing me. Don't believe B. Tatum. I want you to believe the facts. So without further ado, go ahead and roll this. All right, this is Donald Trump at the rally at the Capitol. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, watch this.
Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated.
Okay.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Today we will see whether Republicans stand strong for integrity of our elections.
Let me play it again for the people in the back smoking crack. Here you go.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard today.
Peacefully and patriotically. Peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. You have to deduce that he's saying he's calling for people to be violent. People were already headed over there. Some people were already protesting at the Capitol while President Trump was making his speech. While he was making his speech, people were already over there doing stuff. He said peacefully and patriotically. If you just use the words that are coming out of his mouth, how would you get anything close to inciting violence with premeditation? Anybody that know anything about law knows that you have to have evidence to decide that somebody has premeditated something. Maybe actual evidence of them saying what occurred or instigating what occurred when what he said had nothing to do with what happened at the Capitol. And they found evidence that it was already in production, meaning people already organized before this that had nothing to do with Trump. So how can you premeditate something you didn't organize? You had nothing to do with it. How can you incite or premeditate something that was already organized? Okay. And everybody that went there wasn't Trump supporters. There were Trump supporters. That the person that got arrested there, a major story, was a BLM supporter. All right, I'm not going to get Maxine Waters. Let's go to Auntie Maxine. Auntie Maxine. Let's listen to what Auntie Maxine said, and you tell me how this is not even more dangerous than what they're saying that President Trump did. Roll the film.
You see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station. You get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
You create a crowd around them. You push back on them and tell them that they're not welcome. Let's listen to what else Crazy Maxine said.
The people are going to turn on them. They're going to protest. They're going to absolutely harass them until they decide that they're going to tell the president, no, I can't hang with you.
Harass them. She's telling them to harass people into a political stance. Because she don't like Trump, she want people to harass people into turning their back on the president of the United States of America. Now, let me give you a little feedback on after she says these things. This is just one incident that they are reporting on the Washington Post that people are actually doing in response.
Not in D.C. Not in the U.S. Not in D.C.
Yelling at them while they're eating dinner. Yelling at them while they're eating dinner. Harassing them. This is against the law. I don't know if people understand this. If you are sitting at a restaurant and somebody is yelling and harassing you while you're eating, that's disorderly conduct at minimum. Disorderly conduct. You have a right to be at peace and eat at a private restaurant. But when people come into the restaurant, they are inciting violence because if you get up and respond, now there's a violent situation that has occurred. They started it. They instigated it. This is against the law. You can't do this. Anyway.
Not in the U.S. Not in D.C. Not in the U.S.
Our issue is strong borders, no crime. Their issue is open borders. Let MS-13 all over our country. That
sounds about right to me. But I just want y'all to see the hypocrisy. That's all. That's all. Don't believe B. Tatum. The fact that Maxine Waters is calling for President Trump to be arrested for premeditation or premeditating a violent crime, I'll let you hear out of the mouth because some people are gonna say, B. Tatum, she never said that. She never said that. Well, go with me over to TatumReport.com. TatumReport.com. On TatumReport.com, you can see it right here. Bam, we got the story up. Shout out to Todd for writing the story. Let's go down to Maxine Slaughters and hear what she got to say.
But what's so interesting about all of this is they try to make themselves the victim. When indeed they are following the president of the United States of America, who had advanced planning about the invasion that took place in our country.
Trump had advanced plans. She lied. She just lied.
Capital, and even there's information that some of the planning came out of individuals working in his campaign. As a matter of fact, he absolutely should be charged with premeditated murder because of the lives that were lost with this invasion, with this insurrection. And so, yes.
Charged with premeditated murder. Y'all can see the rest of this on Tatum Report. I'll put the link in the description section. Charged with premeditated murder. These people can't get any dumber and more evil because Trump had nothing to do with that. I just played what he said. Look at the stuff that she has said. You know how many people have lost their lives in a BLM protest, BLM riots, looting? You know how many people have lost their lives in doing that? She's telling people to come out. She's inciting hatred and evilness against the president of the United States of America. And that's totally fine. All these people supporting these BLM riots and people lose their lives in the riots, and they're fine. No premeditation. When you have Kamala Harris saying that she's going to pay for people's bail for them to get out of jail after they've been involved in violence, billions of dollars worth of violence, 30-some people then lost their lives, looting and damaging and burning down cities. We're going to pay their legal fees. That's inciting. That is accelerating violence for no reason, to be honest. Because George Floyd was the quickest, swift justice I've ever seen in my life. He dies today, they lose their job the next day and get arrested shortly after that. Why didn't they get arrested the same day or the day after, Brandon? Because you have to be able to put probable cause and submit it to in the court of law so that you won't get your charges dropped. You make sure you got your ducks in the line. Make sure you got all your interviews with witnesses done. So when you charge somebody, it's a legitimate charge with legitimate evidence and information that it can hold up in the court of law. You can't charge anybody without interviewing witnesses. Swiftest justice I ever seen in George Floyd and the worst protest I've ever seen in my life. Swiftest justice I've ever seen. These people are lying to you. They're evil. They push this stuff on television to brainwash you into believing something about Trump. I showed you what he said. I showed you what she said. And you tell me how she can get on TV and say what she said after I gave you the evidence. Anyway, y'all comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Is B. Tatum on to something or am I losing my mind? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Make sure you get my book, Beating Black and Blue. The link is in the description section. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.